Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing a Valentine's date night tutorial, so if you'd like to see what I do, just keep on watching. This is also going to be a full face of majority full face of Wet n Wild because my eyebrows are not, because I don't have anything from Wet n Wild for eyebrows and lashes as well. But I did go in with the Wet n Wild Coverall foundation. I could still find this at my Dollar General where I live. I don't know if it's available anywhere else, but this is the foundation that I put on in the shade Fair. And then I went in with the Photo Focus Concealer in the shade Light Ivory. And then to set that into place, I could also find the Coverall powder from my Dollar General, which is one of my favorite powders. This is also in the shade Fair to set all of that. For my brows, I just used the e.l.f. brow cream in the shade Espresso. And yeah, we're just gonna get right in it. Now, I picked this up around Christmas time. So I've had it for a while. It's a limited edition, but you can find it on their website for sure. This is the Wet n Wild, let's see, what are you called? Color Icon Eyeshadow Quad in Bed of Roses. You can see it's like kind of berry tones. And I thought I would use this for my eyes today, so I'm going to start off, I don't think these have names. No, they don't. I'm going to start off with this shade right here. It's like a dark burgundy brown. And I'm going to take a brush. Let's see, what brush should I use? I am going to use this Luxie 250 Large Eye Blending Brush right here and just tap into that. Not getting the most color onto the brush. I had to dig in there, so we shall see. And I'm going to run this into my crease. All the way in toward the, oops, too far apparently, too far. This brush might be a little too big for this actually. Going to run that into my crease. And I'm also going to put it on the outer corner. Just blend it upward toward my brow. Then for the lower lash line, I am going to take a smaller brush because that one is so big. I'm going to just take a Wet n Wild blending brush. And I'm going to run this on my lower lashes. Okay, now that I have that done, I'm going to go in with this darker shade right here, and I'm going to run that into my crease as well, and then on the outer corner. I'm just going to use this smaller blending brush from Wet n Wild because it's a lot easier to control. I'll start by placing it on the outer corner and then bring it into the crease. For my lower lash line, I'm taking this smaller brush. This is from the Vintage Cosmetics Company, Step 3, Go Girl Go. And then I'm going to take that same shade, focus it more so on the outer corner, and then drag some of it inward. I'm going to curve it more like I'm going to squint and then place it where that crease kind of is. Okay, now I'm taking some of my concealer on the back of my hand, and I'm taking this brush from Alamar Cosmetics. It's just a flat brush, and I'm going to use this to cut my crease. I'm going to do a half cut crease look here. I like to start on the innermost portion of my eye because if you look, I have tapered inner corners. So it means it drags the skin down on the inside here. So just putting it on my lid would prevent it from showing right here at all. So I like to bring it from the inside. I know where to place my concealer, but if you don't, you could just look in a mirror and kind of relax your eyes and kind of see where you want it to go. I'm also going to use some of that concealer for the lower lash line just to clean up this area. Okay, so I did set that with my powder so that it doesn't crease on me, and then I'm going to go in with this dark, how would you describe this, like burgundy shimmery shade. It's not as shimmery as the one next to it, but it is slightly. And I'm going to use that to place where the dark color meets the concealer, just so that when I do use the lighter one, it blends in better. I'm just going to use a flat Wet n Wild brush, and I'm going to wet it. Hoping I don't get too much fallout. Really coat that on there. And just place this right in this section. And then taking that same shade, I'm just running some of that on the lower lash line. Okay, now taking the final shade from that palette, which is this lighter shade, I'm going to put it all over the rest of my lid and make sure at the same time to blend the two shimmer shades together. Once again, just taking the other side of the same brush, and I'm going to wet it. And then I'm going to use that for that lighter shade. The shade looks like it might give me a bit of fallout, so hopefully not too much. Okay, this isn't as shimmery as I was hoping it would be. Maybe I just gotta layer it a little. When I get pretty close, you can see the shimmer more than when I am further away. I'm also going to take that same shade and run it on my lower lashes. Okay, now I'm going in with a smaller brush. This is a defining eyeshadow brush that I picked up from the Dollar General. It doesn't have a brand name on the actual brush. I'm sure obviously it has a brand associated with it, but I do not know what it is. I'm going back into that dark purple shade, and I'm going to not only deepen up the outer corner, but blend it into the red shade more. Okay, now I'm going to take that same shade with a small detail brush like this and really just put it on the tip of the brush and use that to really crisp up the line in the crease where it meets the shimmer. Just using a little amount and wiggling it back and forth just to give it a little more depth in color, but then also this helps define the area to crisp up the line. Also using that, I'm going to deepen up the underneath of this. Okay, now that I have all that done, I'm going to line my eyes with the Wet n Wild Mega Liner in the color black. Okay, and then since I don't have lashes from Wet n Wild, I'm just going to go into my WLEEC Beauty Lashes in the style F36 and throw those on real quick, and I'll be right back. Okay, now that the eyes are done, this is what they're looking like. I don't know if you can see that well, let me see. That's what they're looking like. So now I'm going to do the rest of my face fairly quickly. I am going to go into the Wet n Wild Color Icon Bronzer in the shade Ticket to Brazil, which looks like this right here. Oh! I just dropped that and I'm kind of broke a little. Broke a little around the edges. Okay, it's still there though, it's still there. I'm just going to take an angled fluffy brush from Wet n Wild, dip into that, hope it doesn't break more. Then I'm going to use that to warm up my cheeks. I also like to put bronzer on the bridge of my nose. Okay, then for contour, I'm going into the Wet n Wild color, it's all Wet n Wild, contouring palette in Dulce de Leche, and I'm taking the dark contour shade. And my Luxie small contouring brush, I'm going to dip into that. And then use that to carve out my cheeks and my jaw. Okay, now I'm going into the Wet n Wild Color Icon Blush in the shade Pearlescent Pink. And I'm going to take this flat top Royal Nightingale Moda brush. I'm going to use this to apply my blush. I think I'm going to go a little heavy on the blush since this is like, for me this is date night makeup. It may not be like that for everybody. Obviously, like, not everybody has the same style and taste, and I went really smoky, pretty heavy on the blush here, and, you know, it's not for everybody, but this is how I'm doing it. Forgot how much I loved this blush, actually. Haven't used this particular shade in a while. Like to wrap it up around the temples as well. And I'm going to put a little bit on the nose. Just a little. Oh, or not. Just a lot. Although I think my highlight should kind of help with that. A little bit on the chin. Okay, then next for highlight, I'm going to go into the shade White Lily from Wet n Wild. This actually has kind of a pinky reflect to it, so that's why I'm using this shade. I'm going to go in with my Wet n Wild Unicorn highlighting brush and dip into that. It's hard to tell how much you could pick up since it's white. And then brush this on my cheekbones. I like to wrap it up around the temples as well. Then some on my upper lip. Whew. I've just been going a little too heavy-handed on things today. On the tip of the nose. Right here between the eyes. And then a little along the bridge. I actually think I might pop some of this using my finger on the inner corner of my eye look. Just to kind of brighten up right in there. Oh yeah, that's good. I like that. Finally for lips, I know this is an older liquid lipstick, but I'm sure they have a color similar to it now. This is the Wet n Wild Mega Last Liquid Catsuit Metallic Lipstick in the shade Harbor a Crush. This is from that mermaid collection they did, like, what was it, over a year ago now or something like that. But it's just like a dark burgundy metallic. So I'm going to just apply this to my lips. So I just threw up my hair real quick, and yeah, so this is the final look. Here's going on with the eyes. Let me actually look at it myself. Yeah, the eyeshadow performed well. I mean, Wet n Wild eyeshadows always work well for me, so yeah, this is the end of the tutorial. So if you like it, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe if you aren't already, or if you want to, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye!